Eyewitnesses caught the terrifying moment on their cell phones. A small plane bouncing down the runway, and then suddenly it's in flames. Inside, NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr., his wife, and their baby daughter.
There seems to be an airplane that's crashing.
The fireball swallows the plane's wing.
It's on fire. That's insane.
Witnesses call for help. Everyone watching, holding their breath, and then the plane's broken jetway pops open. The baby is one of the first to come out as everyone else runs for their lives. It's a daring and miraculous escape for the Earnhardt family, the plane's two pilots, and the family dog. The 11-seat Cessna Citation is owned by Earnhardt Jr. and registered to his North Carolina-based company. It took off from Statesville, North Carolina Thursday afternoon and landed in Elizabethton, Tennessee. Then something went terribly wrong. Authorities say that surveillance video they've collected from nearby businesses show the plane hitting the runway so hard the right landing gear was destroyed.
Meanwhile, Pyongyang state media has released photos and a report of North Korea's latest missile test that was conducted on Friday. According to expert analysis, the characteristics of the missile show significant advancement in the North's military technology. The latest round of tests could reportedly help North Korea pressure the U.S. to restart nuclear talks on more favorable terms.
North Korea says it tested a new weapon on Friday and released photos of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un inspecting the launch site. The Korean Central News Agency says Saturday new achievements have been made to strengthen national defense that could be significant milestones in its weapons development. KCNA did not provide other details of the weapon, but military sources say the weapon seems to resemble the U.S. Army's surface-to-surface missile system ATACMS, similar to the one the North fired last Saturday.
Meet Bethany Vieira and her 4-year-old daughter, Zaina. They're in Saudi Arabia. Cell phone videos. All the contact Grandma and Granddad back home in Wenatchee, Washington have right now. All the contact they might ever have. Bethany has divorced her Saudi husband, claims he was an abusive drug user, which he denies. I messaged him for comment but got no reply. A Saudi judge just denied Bethany Vieira, an American citizen, custody of her own daughter, ruling the mother is new to Islam, is a foreigner in this country, and continues to definitively embrace the customs and traditions of her upbringing. We must avoid exposing Zaina to these customs and traditions, especially at this early age.
Now to breaking news. A police source telling ABC News that they've taken a person into custody after 2 rice cookers were discovered in a New York City subway, raising fears they could be bombs. ABC's Zachary Quiche joins us with the new development. Zachary.
This morning, investigators are looking at an apartment for clues. Scary situation. The Fulton Avenue subway station is a major part of the transit system in Lower Manhattan. These packages impacted thousands of riders and brought up similar incidents involving explosives, a reminder of the times.
This morning, the NYPD taking into custody the man who allegedly left 2 suspicious packages on a busy New York City subway platform. Authorities seen outside an apartment collecting evidence. Police say they detained 26-year-old West Virginia native Larry Griffin, who they've called a person of interest. The bomb squad determined the devices were actually rice cookers.
Look, geostrategically, this could be a great idea if it were for sale, but they've made it perfectly clear that it's not, like you just said in the lead to this segment. I think that, honestly, this is a great distraction, and the president is just fantastic at doing this. We saw a lot of tweets from him yesterday about the economy, reassuring us with that inverted yield curve that everything is going smooth. And, you know, we had that leaked executive order proposing to censor the internet. I don't think that's going anywhere. anywhere. But I think this is a fantastic distraction because, look, it's our lead story tonight. We're talking about something that probably won't happen. If it did, I think it probably would be great for us, like I said, geostrategically, and especially with their uranium resources, Martha.
Here's Secretary of State Mike Pompeo back on May 6th in Finland. Watch this.
The Arctic is at the forefront of opportunity and abundance. It houses 13% of the world's undiscovered oil, 30% of its undiscovered gas, and an abundance of uranium, rare earth minerals, gold, diamonds, and millions of square miles of untapped resources.
U.S. Special Representative for North Korea Stephen Biegun will visit South Korea and Japan next week to strengthen coordination on denuclearization efforts. The U.S. State Department said Friday that Biegun will visit Seoul from Tuesday to Thursday after a two-day stop in Japan. Since Tuesday marks the conclusion of a joint military exercise between Seoul and Washington, pundits say the U.S. is trying to create room for Biegun to resume nuclear talks with the North. Biegun is expected to hold discussions with top officials from the Blue House and the Foreign and Unification Ministries to find ways to restart working-level discussions with Pyongyang. He could also use his trip to South Korea and Japan to urge trilateral cooperation regarding the North Korea issue, despite the ongoing trade dispute between the two U.S. allies.
Russia's representative pointed out he was born in the year the Security Council last met to formally discuss what was listed on the agenda as the India-Pakistan question.
I was born in 1971, so yes. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes it's better not to touch upon certain issues. Yeah.
The meeting lasted just over an hour, and in the absence of any joint statement, China's ambassador outlined the position of his country alone.
The Kashmir issue should be resolved properly through peaceful means in accordance with the UN Charter, the relevant Security Council resolutions, and bilateral agreements. This represents the international community's consensus.
The Indian ambassador quick to argue that China was claiming consensus where none exists.
And a passing note from Hollywood. Tonight we're remembering an icon of the 60s counterculture, Peter Fonda, actor, producer, writer, and a member of a famous Hollywood family. Here's ABC's Marcia Gonzalez.
Tonight, fans leaving flowers on Peter Fonda's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame after learning the 79-year-old actor lost his battle with lung cancer.
Boy, I sure wish I was going with you. Yeah? You got a helmet?
If you wanna be a bird.
Fonda was best known for that cross-country trip in 1969's Easy Rider, the iconic counterculture film he co-starred in and earned an Oscar nomination for writing.
She left her kids. Your kids. As far as I'm concerned, she can just stay gone.
The Academy taking notice again in 1997, nominating him for Best Actor for Yuli's Gold.
It was the best time I've had making a motion picture or a play or anything for that matter.
Now to our top story. A 23-year-old man will appear in a New Zealand court today, charged with murder after an Australian man was fatally shot on the west coast of the North Island.
33-year-old Victorian man Sean McKinnon was sleeping in a camper van with his Canadian girlfriend yesterday in Raglan when a man demanded a key to the vehicle. Reporter Josh Bavis has more from outside the Hamilton courthouse today. Josh, what do we know about how this man, this 23-year-old, was apprehended by police?
So 33-year-old Victorian man Sean McKinnon was shot dead in his camper van near the surfing town of Raglan in the early hours of Friday morning. Now, his partner managed to escape that scene and raise the alarm with police. The 33-year-old's body was discovered about an hour's drive away on the outskirts of Hamilton in the camper van. So police conducted a search of a nearby property last night and they arrested the 23-year-old man.
More anti-government rallies in Hong Kong on Saturday have marked the 11th straight week of protests there. Thousands of Hong Kongers, including many teachers, withstood thunderstorms to express their dissatisfaction with the government and police. Demonstrators say they're fighting the erosion of the one country, two systems arrangement.
They are being beaten and they are being injured, and also they are arrested by the government. We are very concerned about what they are receiving and the possible impact on them in the long run.
I can't really stand seeing them standing at the front line, saving our city for us. I think that's not safe. That's not fair. They are just a student.
I become more and more angry on the government. They didn't say anything to solve the problem. They just withdraw.